How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you all the Set 1 finest players that are going to be released into MLB The Show probably as soon as I upload this video. So basically there are going to be new 8th inning boss moments included as well, so expect the bosses to kind of drop in price a little bit. But they revealed the Set 1. I believe there's going to be 3 different sets. There's going to be collections for some of these finest cards. And let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're taking a look at basically a finest pack in the store. This is a choice pack indeed. So I was correct on a prediction that I did a little bit ago. I predicted a finest pack, but there's also another way to earn a random finest player. So that's pretty cool as well. I would probably complete the missions first before purchasing any of the cards, because you're going to earn a random one, and then you don't want to also get the same one out of the pack, because I don't know if the random one is sellable or not. I couldn't really tell. But let's go ahead and keep this thing rolling, and we will talk a little bit about that once we get to that screenshot. So here is the actual picture. Let me go ahead and hide my face cam. I'm not sure if it's sellable or not. It doesn't really say on the pack, or it's not visible on this screen. But once we get the actual content in the game, then we'll be able to see it. But there is a Set 1 mission, or a set of missions, and it's pretty simple. There's 5 of these missions. The hardest one I think is on this all-star difficulty, and some of them are player locked moments, and they shouldn't take too much time, but it guarantees you a free 90 plus, 94 plus, 93 overall finest players. So I think that it's definitely worth doing, and I think that some of these cards are really cool. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to hide my face cam so you guys can see all of the attributes. We see the first one here, BICHETTE, 94 contact versus right, 125 versus left, 86 power with 104 against lefties. He's got 92 vision. Some of these cards are very similar to Signature Series players. I mean, these guys are going to make the market change a little bit, I would say, and whether that's up or down depending on the valuable, or how much these cards have in value, and how much value the Signature Series cards have on your squad already. But I definitely think this card's good. Pretty much a 5-tool player. Let's keep it rolling with the Brian Anderson. This card is also really good. Third base, that plays a good variety of positions. Not quite Chipper Jones or some of these other third basemen that we have in this video, but definitely a solid card for Marlins fans especially. That's another cool thing, is people voted for these, as well as each team gets one. So I think that that's really awesome. We see Shohei Ohtani depicted here, 100 contact versus right, 95 versus right as well in terms of power, 97-73. Those are pretty decent splits, boosted from his live series and the Tops Now version. He's got 98 arm strength. This is a right field version of Shohei. He's not able to pitch this year, but at least in the game, I think that that's awesome that they gave him an outfielder card. I wish he had a pitching card, but it is what it is. At least he has a great hitting card in the game. And another one, Matthew Boyd. The Tigers get a nice, respectable pitcher. I mean, solid lefty starting pitcher. This is the first starter that we've seen. They did mention that there's going to be about 40 plus of these finest players included with the collection reward ones, and just all the different finest that they're going to release. This is once again Set 1, so it's not going to be all of the finest that we have in total, but at least the first tier, or at least the first wave of finest players. So Matthew Boyd, definitely a good pitch repertoire, 5 pitches with a circle changeup, a really slow curveball that could be effective, and the home runs per 9, the one thing that he's lacking, doesn't really matter as much after the patch. So I think that that's important to keep in mind as well. Another really good surprise card that I think is a great card. I was thinking that Will Smith was going to win the Giants selection. It was actually Mike Yastrzemski. So definitely a solid option here. Outfielder with great pop, as well as decent fielding, 82 and 73 speed. So the first couple of cards that I've revealed here are going to be in the base tier, in the choice pack. So there's going to be 2 different tiers, obviously. We saw the 1 out of 1, you're guaranteed a base player. And then 1 out of 4, I believe the odds are, you're guaranteed a rare player. So I think that that's pretty cool as well. Some of these cards are a little bit lower in overall, but also pretty good players in general. We start to get into this is also still a base tier player, Trey Mancini, but they start to increase in overall. Some are 93, some are 94, and the bosses, or I guess the main ones, are going to be like 97 to 99. So definitely solid. But anyway, contact and power in the hundreds, near the hundreds with 91 vision. Not really the best fielder. You probably would want to play this card at first base if you were going to use him in the field, but definitely a really good bat. We see Daniel Vogelbach, once again, base tier, 93, 82 contact with 116 power, a little bit lower contact versus left, but 91 power versus left, 79 vision, 74 fielding. I really wouldn't use this card even though he has decent fielding. I like Lou Gehrig or Frank Thomas personally. I think we're going to get a couple other options here pretty soon at first base. Of course, a lot of people are going to be using that Eddie Murray. I recently unlocked him. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him, but depending on who I get out of my random finest pack, I think this is a good option. I mean, good bench bat, if anything. I think a lot of these cards are great options. But now we get into the rare tier. This is the first one, Matt Chapman, 98 overall. Look at these stats. I mean, 82, 97 splits versus right, 72, 109 with 92 vision. So the contact is on the lower end in terms of Signature Series players and ranked seasons. But he definitely has the other stats. I mean, maxed out fielding like Brooks Robinson-esque, with good speed, and he's going to have more power, of course, than Brooks Robinson, but definitely a solid card. I think a lot of people are going to be using this Matt Chapman. But another card I think a lot of people are going to go for, Boston Red Sox fans. He won the voting over Mookie Betts, which kind of surprised me. I thought Mookie Betts would win it, but Devers is definitely deserving of a card. He is a beast. I mean, a really young kid as well, 22 years old. Contact at 119 versus right. 100 power. I mean, he's got good fielding as well, 77. Very similar to Chipper Jones. He's got a little bit of a better arm. He's definitely slower, and the splits versus lefties aren't as great. But, I mean, Matt Chapman and Rafael Devers are like the big bosses in this pack, the big rare tier cards, and they both play third base. You have a lefty and a righty option, so I think that that's really cool. And then, of course, Bryce Harper did win the Phillies, and he has a 97 card. The thing that's interesting about him, though, is his stats versus lefties are much better. So that's kind of strange. At the same time, I like it. I like that we have a reverse splits on Bryce Harper. He definitely hits lefties really well and has 125 clutch with good speed, great fielding, 80 and 89 arm strength. I think that that's awesome. With really good stats versus righties even. 79 and 91 looks a little bit lower because of the stats versus lefties. And we don't normally see cards like that, but I think it's a good option. I think it's a great card, and if you get the rare tier, if I got the rare tier, I'd probably select this one just because I would probably use them a little bit more, but who knows? That Matt Chapman is another great card. So here is an example of one of those choice packs. If you purchase one in the store, you have the Shohei Ohtani, the one that they selected, and also the other diamonds listed. So Bo Bichette is the highest in overall. I knew that there was one. It was the very first one that's the highest overall. 96, Bo Bichette, and then you have some 95s. It goes all the way down to 93 for the base tier, and then 97 to 99, or 98, I should say, for the rare tier, which we see right here. So definitely solid cards. And then they also revealed a collection reward. So if you collect all of these cards, if you collect 7 of them, I should say, you get this Kirby Yates. This Kirby Yates is really solid. He is the closing pitcher, 99 overall version. And if this is the first collection, this is exactly what they said. If this is the first collection reward, then what is expected to be the next couple of rewards is probably pretty good, right? I mean, 99 overall Kirby Yates, you would expect that they're going to be all 99 overalls or close to it, depending on the position that they play. But they also mentioned how difficult it is for a closer to get a 99 overall. This card is very good stats-wise. I mean, 99 home runs per 9 doesn't really matter, though. In terms of every other stat, is amazing. I wish his control was a little bit better, but I think because he does throw a splitter, slider, and a fastball, a couple different fastballs, he will be effective. Some of the speed differential might not be what you're looking for, though. So that's the only thing I would say that has any downside on this card. But other than that, he's great. I mean, 29 stamina is even pretty good for a reliever as well. And yeah, 99 finest card. And then, of course, the card art is beautiful on all of these cards. It shows the select. It says MLB The Show finest select. These are the ones that the developers chose. And then the other ones that don't have the select are obviously ones that we voted for as fans of the game or players of the game. So here's a screenshot of basically the collection. If you collect 7 of them, you get 500 stubs, which really isn't anything. 5,000 XP if you're not a level diamond 100. So there's an opportunity to get some XP there. And then, of course, the 99 Kirby Yates, which is really why you're collecting those cards. And that's why you would want to obtain all 7 cards. I think that if you're not looking to get the Kirby Yates, then maybe try out 1 or 2 of these finest players. Don't necessarily try to collect them, but this is in the same tab as Honus Wagner underneath the Legends and Flashbacks tab in the game. But I thought that this screenshot was pretty cool. Kirby Yates, a part of the clip that they showed during the reveal. And then, of course, we have the schedule. So this is going to be important to keep in mind. Set 2 flashbacks for the finest cards are going to be released in the upcoming weeks on October 18th. I think that that's important. Stub sale ends on the 15th. That's also important to keep in mind when you're looking for the market. We have a new Rank Seasons reward. It ends up coming up here pretty soon. So a few things are ending. A few things are starting up with some postseason events and everything. Definitely some solid content overall from SDS. We have the 8th inning bosses. I expect in the next schedule we would see the 9th inning bosses, but we still have, a few weeks left to complete those, as well as a lot of missions that go along with that. So great opportunity to kind of stack up some program stars now. If you're not able to finish it completely, at least you will be able to go back and grind out some missions that way and complete it. But I think that the finest cards are amazing. I definitely want to try and get that Kirby Yates. I don't really have any stubs though. I've been trying to also go after Honus Wagner a little bit, but I got the Ted Williams from the 8th inning boss. I'm looking forward to the 9th inning program. I'm probably going to go ahead and try to grind out some of this, some of these missions. Let me go ahead and see if this is actually in the game now. So I'm in the game. Let's see if it's loaded up. See if these finest cards are here, because they did say that all they had to do is press the button. So they should be in the game. If not, we might have an opportunity to get them in a little bit. Yeah, it might be within a few minutes. By the time this video uploads and everything, these packs will be changed. These September monthly awards will be gone most likely, and it will be the screenshot that I included in the video. But thank you all for watching this one. Hopefully you guys like the finest cards that were selected. Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys, which ones you're going to get, which ones you don't like, which ones you do like. It's always nice to have that feedback. And once again, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.